Ken Trahan with LHSAA Executive Director Eddie Bonine. Eddie, a chance to gather people in Baton Rouge here today to maybe educate to a degree and open it up for questions to try to figure out a better way to do things moving forward. Is this something that you'd like to see happen infinitely?
I do, Ken, and first of all, thanks for being here and your media colleagues that joined us here today. I felt it was important with having a new communication director, Miss Gibson, that you and others get a chance to meet her and see her in her realm here, but also found out today there's many of the media that hadn't been to our building. I think that was important. We have a gorgeous facility here, and we're very grateful for that. But I truly believe that, as I said in my presentation today, the communication that you and all of your colleagues and others of media around the state have had with this office, including myself and others, has been good, and I think that mutual agreement. You all have written positive as you can be. You've been point on any and all issues that we've had. But in the grand scheme of things, I truly believe that the media that was in the room today and others that weren't able to make it today, and those that we've assembled here at the LHSAA are in this business for the student athletes in the state of Louisiana. And then we're going to continue to keep focus on the kids. And I think that's what you and others do with your positive writing, the things you do in coverage of kids, including right now when in summertime, I see your posts of stuff that you're covering on a regular basis. And schools now within, 2 weeks of practice starting and going back to school. And I can't believe the summer, so to speak, the summer really isn't gone, but schools are starting back up again. So I think it's very positive, and I thought today was something I want to continue to do and maybe expand on as well by having media here to have lunch with us and let you know we appreciate what you're all doing.
2018-2019 school year upon us. What do you see as the biggest challenges moving into the school year? One suggestion, just talking about sports specialization and the outside influence of 7-on-7s or club sports or travel baseball and things of this realm that are out there right now that seem to be, at least to some degree, conflicting with schools. Is that one of the issues, or what do you see as the biggest challenges?
It is an issue, but I don't think it's one of our biggest issues. I truly believe that the athletes that are going to participate in a respective sport year-round are going to participate in a respective sport year-round. You and I both know the research shows that that's causing athletes to break down, but they can still get better. But the flip side of that is that opportunity if those individuals are playing year-round and they choose not to participate in LHSA sanctioned activities or an athletic event, then it opens the door for another athlete who doesn't have the opportunity to play in a travel team or something like that and gives them a chance to participate at the high school level. So I think it all kind of washes or kind of evens itself out when it's all said and done. But when it comes down to overall issues, as you heard our student advisory committee, which I think is a very important part of what we're doing this year, they're talking about sportsmanship. I think that that's something that we all have to take a look at. And then I'm not talking about just on the floor, but I'm also talking about on our fields, but also talking about in the stands and spectators and stuff like that as well. So as always, we put an emphasis on that, and I'll come out with some communications on that. I truly believe, I've said it before and I took some heat from it, but I'll tell you again today, I really believe everybody should be fans, not fanatics. And I think that sometimes we get over and past that. But I think the principals do a great job enforcing what they can. Sometimes it's the adults that are causing some of the difficulty, and we can do what we can do with or without them. But I think overall, the challenges are not just unique to Louisiana, but all my colleagues. I just came back from meeting with them, and the issues are all the same for the most part in states. Some are a little bit different, but for the most part, they're all pretty much the same. It just depends on the state, and the volume may be a little bit louder. What's the old, same tune, different station, but maybe a little bit volume, a little bit louder in some places. But I think overall, the LHSAA and what we're doing in the state of Louisiana, we should be proud of, and I think we're going in a very positive direction.
Yeah, fan enforcement, maybe that's something that can be done if schools cannot police their own and really stop the behavior from being incendiary. And the other thing we see is pregame taunting and things of that nature from respective teams before games even start or before officials even get out on a playing field or court or otherwise, which seems to be an issue. That's something that has been brought up quite a bit.
And we're gonna take a serious look at that. And gosh, Ken, I can't believe you and I are having this conversation. The era in which we came from, we didn't even think about doing some of that stuff. So the influence and that kind of taunting, you use that taunting, it's just poor sportsmanship any way you swing it, and I think that becomes a coaching piece. I believe there was an ex-NFL football coach who's now the head football coach at Arizona State who once said, you're either coaching it or condoning it. And I think there's a point when the coaches, I don't think are coaching it and maybe condoning it or may not seeing it. But if it's brought to, I truly believe that, let's just do football, for example. Mm-hmm. If that's going on pregame, I truly believe that if it's brought to a coach's attention, they're going to address it. I think sometimes it happens and they don't know what's going on, but there's a point when it's got to be brought to their attention. And at that point, we hope and we assume that they're going to address it. And I think that if we just address it, it'll take care of itself.
Final note, if you're looking at one or two specific goals that you'd like to accomplish or see accomplished or happen for this upcoming school year for athletics in Louisiana, what might those be?
No coach ejections, no athlete ejections, umpires and officials doing their job, which they try. And I've said before, as an advocate for kids, but also in the case with officials, they're the only ones in the building that are supposed to show up and do a perfect job and get better as the game progresses. So I truly believe just that remember why we do what we do. And I think overall goals-wise, I think we're looking to a very positive year. We have new member schools now. We've got our membership is up over 400, and people want to be a part of the LHSAA. We've had some schools that have come from the independent associations and have come over into the LHSAA. And I truly believe that the membership knows at this particular point, as I think media does, that rule enforcement is important for us, and we're doing that, and we're working, and we're doing it equitably, we're doing it swiftly, and we're doing it by the book. And I think that's a part that we continue to grow on that goal, is that everybody knows that everybody is on the same playing field when it comes to abiding by our minimum standards and what we require to participate in the LHSAA.
Eddie, thanks for the visit. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.